man was driving on what looks to be a deserted road on the countryside. At first there was nothing unusual, until a man in a business suit and briefcase steps into his view. Then another identical man appeared. Then another. They slip into the tall grass like shadows, and suddenly the roadside is full of them. And they were weirdly silent, yet staring as if they just got caught doing something illegal. And just when you think it's over, further down the road, a flare lights up. A signal, a warning, or perhaps an invitation. People called it a prank. I've seen a lot of pranks. This wasn't one of them. This was a ceremony. The flare was a marker, a place of gathering. The camera is shaky. The terrain is barren, lifeless, until something white appears in the distance. At first, it looks like a woman, old, hunched, clutching a cane. But she doesn't walk, she drifts. As she approaches the vehicle, the driver panics. You can hear the terror in his voice, the disbelief.
Reverse. No. Look there! Look up the Sayara!
He screams at her to stay back, but she doesn't stop. Then comes the sound, a shriek unearthly and primal that blasts through the speaker like a war cry from another time. A truck driver from Australia was driving on his regular route on a highway at night until a roadblock appeared. There was tree branches laid across the lanes like jagged bones. Then people, perhaps dozens of them, started appearing, and as soon as the truck got closer, many more of them emerged from the brush. They'd constructed the blockade with intention, and when the truck slowed, they swarmed. The driver would later describe the moment as surreal. Men throwing rocks, chunks of concrete, shouting in a language he didn't recognize. Some said they were migrants, furious about the destruction of a camp nearby. But I couldn't shake the feeling it wasn't about protest. It felt rehearsed, ritualistic. He escaped, bloodied, eyes wide with a panic that doesn't fade. To him, it was a random attack. To me, it was the first pattern, an intentional disruption of safety, a moment when a driver is most vulnerable. It happened on a quiet stretch of road near Warsaw, Poland. March 30th, 2014. A father and his young daughter were driving home late at night. The road was poorly lit, pitch black except for the thin beam of their headlights, until a car coming from the opposite direction flashed its lights. 3 quick bursts. A warning. Seconds later, a man appeared. Standing still in the center of the lane, his back turned to them. The father swerved instinctively, narrowly avoiding the figure. The car lost control, veered off the road, and crashed into a ditch. Both survived with minor injuries. He didn't flinch. didn't move, just stood there as if he wanted to be hit. Some said he was under the influence, others believed he was suicidal. Police never found him. No identity, no leads, just a shadow on the road that vanished into the night. Late November 2015, South Australia. 2 fire trucks went into the wild to stop a fire, and the fire was so big they got swallowed by smoke, but they persevered the race into the heart of a wildfire. Visibility gone, sirens howling, heat blinding. Then it happens, a collision in the burn-over zone. One truck prepared, the other dry. No water, no shield.
We're going to go in a burn over very quickly now. Here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. Burn over, Scotty, burn over. Burn over, Scotty. Jesus Christ.
What came next wasn't strategy, it was survival. They wrapped themselves in protection blankets, sprayed the air with what little moisture remained, and drove through the flames into the unknown. After the collision, they went straight to survival mode and drove straight into the fire, but the screaming, the static, the roaring fire, it never leaves you. And yet, somehow, they made it with minimal injuries. But mentally, they were scorched.